guys, it's RocketMax32 here. Today we're taking a look at the new 2024 LEGO Sith Infiltrator set. This set is set 75383. It comes with 640 pieces. It comes with 3 minifigures and an extra 25th anniversary figure. This set is both a 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars set and a 25th anniversary of Star Wars Episode 1 set. This set looks awesome. I'm really excited to have it. It looks a little overpriced maybe, but we'll get to that in my full opinion at the end of the video. But let's get this thing unboxed, built, and let's get to the full review. This set is split across 7 different numbered bags and does not include a sticker sheet. It appears that all of the different elements are actually printed, and that is actually very refreshing to see and does go towards the price in a very positive way. You also have 1 instruction booklet for the entire build. Alright, and here we are. This is post building it, and this ship is actually really cool. I'll be honest. There's a lot to unpack with it, lots of different play features and stuff like that. I'm actually really happy with it. I wasn't really fully sure, being a $70 set, but like I said, I really like it, so we will get into the play features. But first, let's take a look at the minifigures. First up, we have, of course, Darth Maul, and this Maul minifigure is actually really cool, very accurate to the Episode 1 look. I'm not really sure how I feel about the eyes, but I feel like on a Sith minifigure, especially like Maul, it actually works pretty well. I just reviewed the duel on Peridia, and them doing it on Ezra's eyes definitely didn't work, but on Maul, I think that they work pretty well. And this is just a good Episode 1 Maul. Next up, we have Qui-Gon Jinn. This is actually my first Qui-Gon Jinn, and I think that this is one of the best Qui-Gon Jinns LEGO has ever made. From the poncho, to the hairpiece, to the printing underneath, this Qui-Gon minifigure just looks amazing. LEGO did a great job on him. I'm very happy to have him in my collection because he's my first Qui-Gon and by far the best Qui-Gon in my opinion. Next up, we have a little Anakin, and I think that this Anakin hasn't really changed much. I have one from back in 2014 from a Naboo starfighter, and it's basically the exact same minifigure, just a different hairpiece. So a really boring minifigure, but I don't mind having another one, and it is another minifigure in the set. Now, I would have liked to have seen a young Obi-Wan, maybe one of the Naboo Royal Guard pilots with them, anything like that would have been really awesome to see with this set, just to make the value even more there, because a $70 set that comes with 3 related minifigures and a bonus figure, I don't know. I think it's a bit of a stretch. I think we could have gone for another. I know that they were trying to depict the scene where they were actually running to their ship and Maul comes up on them, but still, I don't know. I think more minifigures is always better. But then we move into our 25th anniversary figure, Saw Gerrera, and LEGO did an amazing job on this minifigure. He has a fully printed cape, which actually looks amazing, very accurate to his depiction in the movie. This is just a great looking minifigure with the extra armor piece, the printing, the 2 different color hands. I mean, there's not much more I can say about it. This is just a great minifigure and definitely a great choice of a minifigure that they could do for the 25th anniversary. So I'm very happy with this minifigure, and I think it's a fun inclusion in this set. Now with Maul, you get his little speeder bike and 3 probe droids, and these will become relevant when we start talking about play features on this ship. So let's go ahead and get right into that, because there are a lot of them. Now, let's talk about the actual Sith Infiltrator. First of all, I would say that this is a good-sized Sith Infiltrator. I think that they did a good job on portraying the size. The angles and everything look good. I mean, it looks like what it is. LEGO did a great job, as always, depicting the actual ship. But there's a lot going on here, so let's actually talk about the play features. First of all, you'll notice this hump on the hood of this ship, and that can actually be opened up. And when you open it up, these little probe droids here will just slot right down into it, just like that, and you can close it up, and you'd be none the wiser that they're in there, which is actually a really nice way of storing them, in my opinion. Sometimes when LEGO includes a bunch of little small side builds, it becomes really easy to lose them. You'll have the main build somewhere, and then one day you want to source the rest of it and you have no idea where the rest are. So just having that compartment for those droids is really cool. Now, the deployment feature is very interesting. I'm going to do a close-up of this. It's very tight tolerances, like just barely clears and then just barely closes again. It uses a little rubber piece to actually make it spring-loaded at the back. And I think it's a really cool system. I'm really happy with how they were able to make it happen. I've never seen LEGO do something with such tight tolerances. It really genuinely is cool. But my only problem with it is that simply it's just a bombing feature. I think it would have been really cool if LEGO could have integrated something where it drops out one probe droid at a time, maybe a little crank on the side or something that just lets each one pop out, because it's deploying probe droids. It's not a bombing run. And then you just have this flap down here, which, nice enough, you can just push up and it'll push the little lever out of the way, and you can close it very easily. But like I said, when I think of probe droid launcher or probe droid deployer, that is not what I think of. Nonetheless, whether or not I like the actual deployment mechanism or not, I will admit this is a really cool inclusion. Maul does deploy probe droids, and to be able to use what would have otherwise been dead space in the middle of this ship to actually include those probe droids, it does nothing to the ship. I'd say that the ship looks exactly the way that it would have looked whether or not they put that space in there. And there is a method of deploying them, which is really cool. So even though it's not exactly perfect to how I would have done it, I will admit it's a good inclusion. Next up for play features, we have two integrated stud shooters. These are pretty well integrated. You have two little buttons here on the hood to fire them off, and they fire off just like that very easily. It's very easy to just press one at a time. You don't have to press them both. It's a very simple mechanism, and I think it looks good. And I like spring-loaded shooters that you have no idea that they're there. It's fully integrated. You just see two little spring-loaded shooter bits at the front and these buttons here, which again, you'd be none the wiser that they're there. LEGO did an incredible job on this set hiding the actual play features. They're not super obvious. They don't make it super clear that they're there. They just are there, and if you know how to use them, then you know how to use them. Otherwise, it's just an accurate looking ship. Now the final play feature I'll talk about is right back here at the back. We have this very nice printed piece up top, but that can lift forward. You can lift the back of the ship down, and then you can open up the rear. And this gives a ton of space in the cockpit where you can actually put Maul's little speeder. Maul's speeder just slots right in there. You can even have Maul on it. There's clips for his lightsabers, and you can close this thing up. And once again, you would be none the wiser that there's a whole speeder bike assembly inside of this thing. It's really awesome. I love it. This is actually really cool because so often I actually gripe about the fact that LEGO introduces really cool play features, but those play features are really obvious and really take away from the set. But with this is exactly the size that this cockpit should be, and yet they actually use the space inside to be able to hold the speeder bike, Maul's lightsabers, and Maul himself, which I think is really cool. And like my point about the probe droids, this is a really good way of keeping the speeder bike build with the set, because it can just sit inside. If you don't want to display it on your table or whatever next to it, it can just go in there and you won't lose it. Now finally, two things that aren't play features. They're more ship design features, but still they would contribute to your playing experience. You have the folding wings, which are just really basic folding wings. If you've ever built a Star Wars set with folding wings before, they're just the click in place wings. They have multiple different settings, and you can just open them right up. Now the landing legs at the front, I actually am really a fan of how they did them. When they are stowed, they look very good. You wouldn't even really be able to tell that they're there, and when they're down, they look like real genuine landing legs. A lot of the time, I find that LEGO will just kind of have a little thing that comes off and it's like, oh, it's a landing leg. But these look like landing legs, and they look like the landing legs that were actually on this ship. So I'm a big fan of how they integrated the landing legs. Very simple detail, but still, like I said, would contribute to your play experience. For swooshability, this thing is very swooshable. So now for my final thoughts on this set and whether or not you should pick it up. Is it worth $70? No, it's not. Unfortunately, it's just probably not worth $70. There's a lot of awesome play features, there's some great minifigures, and it is a great build, but this is probably a $60 LEGO set. But LEGO seems to just be inflating everything that little bit these days. us as LEGO fans are kind of getting used to it. I don't think we should get used to it. I think we should fight back a little bit. But obviously, I bought the set, and I am very happy with it. If you have $70 and you want this, definitely go pick it up. It is a fun set. If you want a Sith Infiltrator, I think that this is a very good model for you to pick up, whether you're a kid who wants to play with it or an adult who wants to display it. This is a great model and a great set. There's a lot of really cool play features in here. LEGO did a great job with actually making the space usable and not making the play features super obnoxious in the way or annoying. They're in there, they're integrated, they're hidden, and they work well. So to buy or not to buy, if you have the extra $70 and you want the set, definitely pick it up. If you think it's too expensive, wait a year. It'll probably be on sale on Amazon, but I will have a link to this on Amazon in the description. It may already be slightly discounted now. Amazon is really good about getting those prices low, but like I said, there will be a link in the description, so go check that out. I will also link some of the other 25th anniversary sets in the description, so if you don't want to pick this up, but you're interested in some of the other 25th anniversary sets, definitely go check it out. A lot of cool minifigures, a lot of cool sets. LEGO's doing some great stuff this year, and it's definitely worth a check out. So like I said, right down in the description below. But anyway, that's it from me. That's it from the new 2024 Sith Infiltrator set. This has been my review. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments down below. I will check those out. If you have any suggestions for a video, or like I said, any questions, go ahead and throw them down there. Also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, it's completely free, and you can change your mind at any time. And while you're down in that description and comment section, you'll find the subscribe button right there. And like I said, you can change your mind at any time, so go ahead, head down there and subscribe. But that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.